All righty, it's 1:30. We've got junior defensive tackle Griff Willis on with us. Wags, you go ahead and lead us off.
How you doing, Griff?
Doing great, Bill. How are you?
Excellent. Can you talk about how valuable the experience is that you gained last season? I mean, be able to get into games and really, get to the feel of the speed of the game and all of that. That has to have given you a huge jump start going into this season.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being able to have the experience that I got at the back half of the season, being trusted by the coaches to play in some important games, it definitely gave me a boost of confidence going into this year. When we're going through a fall camp right now, I feel like when I'm playing, like the game's slowed down a lot more, and it's not more of like a jump or like it's exciting. I'm like it's still exciting, but like in the way that I'm not stressed. I know my responsibility, I know my assignment, and I know I can go 100 miles per hour in my doing my job. So it's this last season, my sophomore year, really did help out going into this upcoming one.
And then what did you learn about what you have to do to get better? I mean, I'm sure there were lessons taken from playing in games last season that enabled you during the all season. No, I have to improve in these areas.
I'd say the biggest lesson that I need to learn, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a lesson, but I definitely think it's knowing where your feet are. I think I experienced that during spring ball when I got injured. Being grateful for you where you are at that current moment. Because when I got injured, I wasn't like really appreciative of what I was doing, what was happening, and I was too focused ahead. Now coming back, now being able to play during fall camp, I can really hone down on the things that I need to figure out at this current moment, not for games down the road or big headline games later on. Like knowing my responsibility now, knowing what I need to get done every single day, going 1-0 as the coaches preach every single day. I think that's the biggest thing that I've personally learned and I've tried to get better at.
I think as a defensive lineman, you can never be strong enough. How were you able to add some good muscle weight this year? Or were you able to during the offseason so that you're a little bit stronger going into this season?
Absolutely. And Coach K definitely helped out with that. I increased my bench press around 15 pounds. I'm now a 465-pound bencher. My squat, I got injured, but I've been able to surpass 500 pounds again without too much strain. So that's been definitely very helpful. My power clean, I was able to power clean over 3 plates, which was, that's been nice to be able to do since I haven't done that in a very long time. And I think the biggest like improvement has definitely been my back strength. Coach K, he tells us that he's going to get our backs like billboards. And I think I took that personal. And I've been able to row a lot and do a lot of pull-ups. Definitely got a lot stronger, a lot twitchier, it feels like when I'm running through camp these days.
I was talking to Landon about the fact that, I mean, he draws a lot of double teams, which in a way is good. I mean, if one guy's drawing double teams, that means other guys aren't getting double teamed. Can you talk about how that might benefit you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know how good Landon is, and he's always going to be the main threat for offensive coordinators this upcoming season. So I definitely believe it's going to be a great opportunity for me to shine even more. And I think I put some good tape out last year, so the coaches know not to forget about me at the 3 tech. But yeah, I know Landon's going to have one heck of a season, and I want to be right there with him. I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for me to go one-on-one on a lot of the AAC offensive linemen, and a lot of them are very good. And I think it's going to really test my skills, but I think I'm up to the challenge for it. And at the end of the day, it's just football. And it's not about who's more talented, who just wants it more. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm excited to have those opportunities every Saturday.
Thanks. I'll pass it off.
Tim Nolan.
Griffin, both in the American and out of conference this season, you guys are going to face some fronts. This is no secret to you, but you're going to face some fronts that are a lot bigger. How have you and Landon and everybody else in the room worked to close that gap this season?
I think the biggest thing we have is trust in Coach Hall. I mean, I think he's a fantastic defensive run coordinator and also just a defensive line coach in general. He's very articulate. He knows how to teach the defensive line, especially in the run stop. Just like today, we were doing like some great run defensive drills, and then when we did team, they really translated really well. And so when we go against these longer, stronger, and more athletic guys that get recruited to go play, FBS ball, I think we'll be able to excel in those moments because of the profound technique that we have, the consistency that we bring to practice and games each day. And I just believe it's just a culture. It's just a culture thing. We want it more than other teams. And I bet I could say that for everyone on the defense and offense as well. I think that gap of like superiority of like the length and the height, I don't think it's going to matter as much just because of how badly we want it.
When you do have some turnover behind you, especially in the linebacker core, how much extra onus do you and the rest of the guys in your position group take on yourselves so that you can make their life easier, especially in the early stage of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I believe at the first few games, I think we really need to take on that responsibility to let these young linebackers get really good experience, hitting their gaps, correcting their fits, and letting them go play loose and free. And if we need to go muck up the fronts and, take on hard double teams and cheeking centers, making sure these guys don't get to the second level, we'll do that because that's our role and that's our job. And I think we have a good scheme to be able to do that.
You talked earlier about embracing where your feet are and really reflecting on that. Where else have you seen yourself grow as a person and as a student athlete as you get ready for your junior year?
It's a good question. One thing that I try to work on as a student athlete, I think one thing I just need to have is like a bigger smile on my face. Over fall camp this past week and a half, Kenny McShann was brought up a lot just because of his like positive energy. And I've been trying to work on just being like a light. If the young plebes need to come up and talk about a certain play, or if they need to go over film, I want to be the kind of guy to help out with that. Also on the student athlete side, I mean, I want to be very, very on point on the student side, so I don't need to worry about things when I'm at practice. Be able to I'm not going to try to pronounce that word. Never mind. But
Seize the day. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. Carpe diem.
Yeah. I want to be able to, whenever every opportunity I have to go play football, I want to go capitalize it as much as possible. Because the feeling of being out, being injured, I've never wanted to play football even more, like ever more. Like it was painful seeing everyone play and me being on the sidelines, just cheering everyone on. Love it, but also at the same time, you want to go make plays. That's why you're here. And I think I need to be a better supporter. I need to be a much more vocal leader when opportunities are given. And I just need to keep working. I don't think I'll ever hit that, but I can always strive for it.
Thank you.
Griffin, last year at this time, outside of the coaches, nobody knew who Griffen Willis was. Who is this year's Griffen Willis?
Who is this year's Griffen Willis? Could you articulate a little different? I don't understand how to answer that question.
Yeah, so last year you were an unknown commodity at this time to the media, to the fans, not the coaches, but to the media and the fans. Who is someone that the media and fans don't know today that by the end of the year they're going to know their name?
I believe that at the end of the year, a lot of people are going to know who I am. I came in the back half of the last season, and I tried to make some plays, and I thought I did my job well. But I have a lot of very, very big goals this upcoming year, and also my senior year. I want to be the defensive captain. I want to be what Landon is this year, and I want to make the type of plays that Landon does. And I feel like everyone compares the defense and Clay, Busick, Biscuit back in the day to Landon now. I want to be able to be at that level. I want people to know who I am, absolutely, but also remember me as like a leader, as a good person, and an excellent example of what a Navy football player is.
the defensive end position is a position of some guys who have not played much. So far into camp, what have you seen out of those guys, and maybe who has stood out?
One person that has stood out is definitely Julian Mudame. Also, past few days, Tyler Ryan, Creighton LaFawn, they haven't really gotten many reps at DNs recently. However, they're really kicking butt. And Coach Hall has been very pleased, I believe, with the defensive end position in the past 2 days, especially during film. He hasn't been too critical. Not that he is a critical person. It's just, he's being a coach. And I think he's been very happy the way Tyler and Crane have been playing the position. These are doing well, and they're being strong, they're being sturdy, and they're being good seniors, good senior leaders who are taking on that responsibility to go play really hard.
We have Coach Hall coming on at 2:30. What's it like to play for Coach Hall? To me, he's one of the most underrated coaches on this staff. Every year, the defensive line has been very productive, no matter who's coming back. And year in and year out, the defensive line is a strength on this defense. What's it like to play for Coach Hall?
Playing for Coach Hall has been a very big blessing because, a lot of times you go, when I was a plebe, I came in, I was a 6-string nose guard, and I didn't really know what my path was. But the biggest thing that I could say, if you like being a student of Coach Hall, a player of Coach Hall, is you just got to listen, because the way he teaches is exactly what he wants. If he wants you to step this way and strike someone in that certain way, and you do it, and you do it consistently, good things are going to end up happening. And one thing I've noticed about Coach Hall is that you don't make him repeat the same thing every single day, or you'll get on his bad side very quickly. But he's a fantastic coach. He's known how to play triple option defense. He's a master at it. And the way that he prepared us for the Army game this last year, the way he's preparing us throughout this year, this fall camp right now, has been very, very, very precise, very, very easy to understand. And once you get the trust from him, it's like just playing football. I mean, there's no stress. You don't need to worry about what Coach Hall is thinking if you just do what he's asking. And obviously, he's going to go back. He's going to look at the tape. He's going to correct the mistakes. He's fine with mistakes, but repetitive things aren't okay. But the way that he coaches us, the way that he cares for us, even though sometimes it might be tough love, I appreciate the way that he coaches. And I think he's made me a much better defensive lineman when I came in, and I at least hope so, and he has. And I'm grateful for him. He's definitely been a big impact on the game of football for me.
On a personal side, your family moved from Austin, Texas to the Eastern Shore of Maryland. How nice has it been to have them close by?
I'm extremely blessed that my parents sold the house back down in Texas and moved up here. Seeing my dad at practice every single day, not many people get that, and I'm extremely fortunate to have that. And with that, I asked my parents if they could become sponsors, and they have, and they've been so great hosting my teammates, hosting friends, and just being very open. And my parents are the biggest old school people, but they support me so much, and I'm so grateful for them. And yeah, I got a lot of crap for it when I was a plebe. Like, oh, your parents, like I still get a lot of crap, especially from Jim Barry, who likes to make fun of that a lot. But I'm so grateful for my dad always being there, my mom always supporting us. I mean, my parents said that they're never going to miss a football game. After I got injured in like 8th grade, they said they'd never miss a game ever, and they have kept that promise. So I've been super thankful and grateful for it. And still, I mean, I'm lucky. I'm just extremely lucky player to have my parents by.
It's awesome. Wags.
Where on the Eastern Shore did they move?
They live on Kent Island in Chester, Maryland. It's like right in the middle. And we live like there's a house. It's called Gibson Grant. That's the neighborhood, and it's like it's like a 2-minute walk from the Chesapeake Bay. So it's a nice spot.
Very good. Actually, the depth chart coming out of spring said as the starter D tackle Griffen Willis or Kendall Whiteside. Is that still a big battle, but you and Kendall?
Absolutely. I mean, Kenny's a fantastic football player, and he's got another year on me. Actually, 2 years because he went to Naps. But Yeah, Kendall and I have been we've been battling for some good reps. I finally came back yesterday from my injury, and me and him were splitting ones reps. Kenny's a fantastic player, and it's fun battling him. I like the competition. That's how you get better. And if Coach Hall and the defensive unit believe that Kenny should be the starter, then I trust them, and I got to go work harder to make sure that I get back to where I was. But if they trust me, I'm gonna prove that it was the right choice. But I respect the heck out of Kenny, and I think he's one heck of a football player, and it should be a battle, not just during fall camp, but throughout the entire season.
And how's Reyes coming along?
Reyes is doing really good, and he's actually sleeping right behind me. But he's been performing really well. He's definitely gotten much more mature with the way that he plays. His steps have gotten a lot better. His strength has gotten much more increased. He worked out with me a lot over the summer, and I got his bench up, and so I take a little bit of credit for that. But he's been doing really good, and I've been proud of him. He's one of my best friends, and he keeps working really hard. He doesn't have a dang it, we have to go out to practice attitude. He's excited to go out there. He's excited to go work, and I appreciate that as a teammate. It's a lot of good competition.
Any young defensive tackles that are showing some things? Some guys not on the depth chart?
Alex McCall, he's also one of my good friends, but he's gotten a lot of reps throughout fall camp, and he's been actually doing really well. He's been able to read offensive schemes very well. He's been making some plays. He's gotten his name buzzing, the coaches have said in the unit meetings. He's doing really well, and I'm proud of him. He hasn't really had many opportunities, and the opportunities that he's had during fall camp, he's been really capitalizing on.
Doing a story on Vaha Niamatalolo. Can you talk about what he brings to your room and out on the practice field? I think he's the guy that's pretty energetic and gets you jacked up.
Yeah, I was just about to say he definitely brings a youthful energy to us. He understands what we're going through. He's very easy to connect with. And so like there's some days where Coach Hall has to go to like a doctor's appointment or something. So he gives the reins to Coach Va. We trust Coach Va. He's a fantastic player. He was a fantastic player back at BYU. And now he gives us a lot of good knowledge when we play. He knows everything that Coach Hall knows. And when we trust him, I mean, I think a lot of good things happen. And there's a reason why he's still around. He cares about us. He loves the D line. He loves the defense. I mean, there's not a better, defensive coach and combo than Coach Hall and Coach Va.
So I was writing about Landon being on this freaks list. What's it like to, play alongside a guy who's considered one of the freakiest athletes in all of college football? I think he's ranked 13th, which is pretty high.
That's one thing about Landon that I don't think many people realize is that obviously he's a freak of nature, just walking around. He's just a large human being, but like when you play with him and you practice with him, he's not all cocky or anything like that. He's humble. He keeps his head down and he goes to work. And I think every coach, every player would say the exact same thing. Yeah, he's gotten a lot of awards. He's been on a lot of watch lists. I think he's like the 4th best draft prospect in the AAC, and you wouldn't even know. Obviously, you know by the way he works, but the way that he talks, he's a Navy Football Brotherhood member. He plays hard. He gives it his all, literally every day, and he deserves everything that comes with him. Like he deserves that he's going to get a lot of looks throughout this entire year. He deserves that he's going to go play in the NFL because he's gone and earned it. He's worked hard for it. And I'm proud of the guy. I've been able to grow my relationship with him the past 3 years. He's gotten me better. He's gotten me stronger, gotten me more determined to get better. And I'm grateful for him. And it's a blessing to be able to play right next to him.
So, the numbers that they cite, the weightlifting numbers, the speed, the vertical, do they show up on the field? Although those things that make him such a freaky athlete?
The guy, he hasn't ran 20 miles per hour. It's a joke that we have with him, but he is a 20-mile-per-hour guy. And his explosiveness, his vertical, his squat, his bench, they all show up. Think about it. When he gets off the ball in like a pass rush situation, he gets off and he explodes off the line of scrimmage. He strikes the offensive guard, knocks his head back, pulls him back and goes makes a sack. And it's pretty consistent every single practice. And I think that's not just weightlifting numbers, that's just freak athleticism, as why he's on the freakiest list in America. I mean, some of the stuff that he doesn't like really, in my mind, doesn't really obey the law of physics sometimes. But yeah, I mean, the stuff that he works on, it correlates exactly when he plays.
Thanks, Griffin.
Thank you.
Tim.
Yeah, just one more for you, Griffin. Kind of piggybacking off that, you said earlier on this call how you want to be the Landon next year. You want to be the leader of not just your position group, but the entire defense. What are some things that you want to emulate that you've seen Landon do over these past 3 years?
I think I was actually talking to him about this yesterday when we were at lunch. I think when anything happens, like negative, positive, anything, that like some people would say like, oh, it's 100 degrees outside, man, we got to go practice. Landon's mindset is 100%, 180% different. Like he's excited to go work, is excited to push people, excited to get better. And I think that's something that the entire team, if we had that kind of mindset, really good things would happen for us. Because if people worked as hard as they did to get to the spot they are in right now, to get to Navy football when they were back in high school, if they did that continual extra work, that continual extra grinds, and we had a ripple effect throughout the entire team, I think we would move mountains and accomplish all the goals that we want. And I feel like if we really portray that message and we really show, if we just add that extra step, I think really good things will happen. And we can carry on the legacy from Colin Ramos, Landon, and then hopefully I'm going to work my butt off to get to where I want to get my goal. I believe that we can make that happen. And I want to keep this train of Navy football brotherhood, of this elite, of this culture, to keep working hard.
Thank you.
You were asked about one of your camp roommates, Matt Reyes. How about your other one, Xavier Arrington? How's he been performing in camp?
He's been doing really well. Camp is hard, and that's just the truth. And I think one thing that X has is he has a very goldfish mindset. He forgets if he makes a mistake, and he goes out and he tries again at 100% effort. And I respect that. And some days we aren't the best. I have really bad days. Landon has bad days. But one thing that I respect that X does is that he works really hard. He tries different things. If something's not working, he goes for something else. And I think he's consistent. And I think he's going to be a very good nose guard. He's young. He's getting there. And I think Coach Hall trusts him. We just got to keep working. And I think he's doing a really good job.
Thank you. Anyone have anything else? All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks, Griffin.
Thank you, guys.